Okay, we are here setting up the green egg for our first Berkshire Butt pulled pork barbecue. It's about 9 o'clock at night. I'm getting the grill fired up and ready to go. That's the setup we're going to use. I'm probably going to use a bigger pan though to collect the fat. We have the brand new Stoker in this custom built waterproof housing that I created out of someone's Tupperware. We'll be grilling at about 230 degree, 240 degree dome temp. And there you got 2 pieces of apple. That's going to go in there, but I think I'm only going to put in 1. That should be plenty of smoke. Okay, we got the Stoker going for the first time, and for starting out, I basically have the daisy just barely cracked. I have, if you can see there, well, there is no temp, so that 64 degrees is our outdoor temp because that's just sticking out there, but I got a 226 pit temp, and I got the fluke in the dome at 212. There it is, 214 and climbing. So really what I'm trying to get is about a 230 degree dome temp, and I'll have to adjust the pit temp to get there. The other key is that we don't have large fluctuations when the fan turns on and off. There's our fan. It's off now. So we're gonna probably go at this for about a half hour until I feel comfortable, and then we're gonna throw the guest of honor on the grill. Okay, there it is, all set up. Stoker set up. We went with putting the sensor right on the old thermometer, 230 degrees. Meat probe in about center of the fattiest part, or meatiest part. I was gonna go with the grill, but I thought it was too high into the dome, so we're going to go right on the regular grill. See you in about 12. Okay, here we are. It is the next morning. It is about 7:30. I have to admit, I got up at 4:30 this morning to go to the bathroom. Took a peek. We were at 150 degrees temperature. Everything looked great. Went right back to sleep. Got up around 7 as normal, and saw the temp was only, for the meat, was only about 157, needing it to be done around 10. I decided to bump up the temperature up to 237. So pit temp now is 235 and getting up there. Meat temp at 158, and I think we'll be okay, because at worst, if I'm done at noon, that's not bad either. So I think everything is going well. See you in a couple hours. Okay, for the first time I am starting to get a little worried. It's 10 to 10. We are looking at about a 168 degree meat temperature. It's been in 12 hours. I was hoping it to be somewhere around 185 by now. I am going to take a look at this for the first time. I have not opened this egg in 12 hours, but I just want to take a look at what we have here. Oh my, is that looking tasty. I'm going to close this dome because a wise man once told me, if you're looking, you're not cooking. So I did bump up the temperature up to 255 for the dome temp, and I'm hoping that will take it home for the last 2 hours. But we relatively have till 12:30 to get this finished. Then I can take it out, let it sit for an hour or so before we cut into it. Guests are coming around noon. See you in 2. Okay, it's 11 o'clock, and yes, I am in full panic mode right now. I've been incrementally bumping up my pit temp. I just bumped it up to 275. Oh, I gotta get this back here. Okay, so my fire pit did overshoot to 283 a little bit, but that's okay. With the dome daisy at just barely cracked, I've been noticing 1 degree temp swings. It's just phenomenally keeping great temperature. Fire pit, yep, it's coming back down to 281 already. 173.4, so 174 is the meat temp. I basically got an hour and a half, 2 at tops, before this thing has to come out so I can start making up some burgers and stuff on the egg. My dream will be to have dual eggs, one for roasting and one for cooking regular grill stuff. But for now, we'll have to deal with this. Luckily, my guests are typically always late, so I'm not overstressing at this point. And I'm hoping, like what I've been told, is at the last hour or so that you do start to see some increased meat temperatures go up quickly. So that's it for now. I'll check back in about an hour. Okay, there it is. 195 in prime. Time to eat. Okay, well, if you got past that cheesy video, the hard part is over. The reason I did this was so that newbies like me can feel fairly confident when doing their first smoke of a Berkshire butt. I had an 8¼ pound butt, bone-in. I left between 1/8 and 1/4 inch of cap fat. It was bone-in, but I tied it up anyway just to be safe. I didn't want it to be falling apart. I used Dizzy Dust rub. I wrapped it in cellophane, put it on a plate, and then basically let it sit on the counter for about 5 hours or so to get it down to room temp. I can't emphasize that enough. You really want to put in the butt at around room temperature into your smoker. I used 1 large block of apple wood. I may go 2 next time. I didn't want to overdo it, but I think I could have used an extra piece of wood. Obviously, I used the green egg, amazing barbecue smoker. And I used some of their green egg lump and barbecues galore lump. I expected to use all of green egg lump, but the bag I got, unfortunately, had very small pieces, which is very rare. But in any case, I used a mixture of both to get the sizes I want. And then, to control the temperature of the egg and measure the temperature of the butt, I used a Stoker from Rock's Barbecue. Again, also my first time using that device. Amazing device. I could not recommend it any more than I am right now. I put the probe, originally I had it on the grill and then wound up mounting it to the thermometer so that I could manage the dome temp. I thought that was most important. The daisy was basically closed except for like 1/8 of an inch at the opening. And I managed temperature swings of less than 1 degree. Again, it was fantastic. I started out with the dome temp for 12 hours at 230 degrees. And as you see from the video, I started running out of time and had to bump it up incrementally. Basically, every 30 minutes I bumped it up. I went to 237, 245, 260, and then finally ended up at 275 for the last 30 minutes. So next time I might just go 240 or a little bit more time. I really liked it at 230, so I might just add a little bit more time. I think I did something like 1.5 hours per pound, and you can do the math and see exactly where I was. But next time I think I'm going to go 145 to 2 hours per pound and go that route. I smoked it to 195 degrees meat temp, pulled it off. Wrapped it in foil, shiny side in, I believe, and then wrapped a towel around it and let it sit on the counter for an hour. And when we took it all apart, it was done to perfection. Again, You guys, you really can't mess this up. There's plenty of recipes out there. I used a green egg recipe, and give it a shot. Hey, thanks for listening, and best of luck to you. Have a good one.